Okay, if you people have been watching the YouTube videos, you've seen my relentless attempts at getting humanity, compassion, medical care. At this point, you've seen where I've been rejected, denied all forms of help. There's been abuse of position, abuse of power, inflicted upon me. There's been, rigged process, etc., etc. In my despondency and despair, I did a little more research and found that there is a mobile crisis unit in San Francisco to be set out to help people with, their problems before it becomes a crisis. Well, we all know that my stuff is beyond the crisis point, so let us avail ourselves of this. From the website, the Mobile Crisis Treatment Team is made up of a diverse, multidisciplinary staff providing psychiatric crisis intervention services for adults located in the city and county of San Francisco. The services are provided emergency crisis assessment and intervention services conducted in the field, early intervention before the situation escalates to a critical crisis point, which, after having looked at all these films, is laughable. Consultation services provided to consumers, housing support systems, mental health providers, and other concerned parties. And these are all the things that I definitely need, but every time I go down to DPH or law enforcement to ensure that my rights are protected, the videos speak as to what happens. And of course, naturally, all the complicit agencies such as the Human Rights Commission, which doesn't allow me to file an access and accommodation denial, which is their function, to the Mayor's Office of Disability, which is supposedly off their website to enforce ADA and disability right laws, which of course they don't, to the sheriff who's supposed to be there to serve and protect, of course he doesn't, to the chief of police, who will make a whole bunch of hype about how much he cares in the newspaper and everything else, but when confronted won't even give me an appointment to point out the rigged methodology, and only to be led to their single point of contact in the police department, being the psychiatric liaison unit, who for months has not responded to my emails. And if you've watched the videos, you've learned that that's a rigged game. They're just waiting for me to die. Also, according to the website, the mobile crisis is supposed to assist with linkages to the mental outpatient health services. And it says it's available to all adult residents, which I am, regardless of payer source. This is a very important thing, meaning that, if you can't pay, they still must provide the services. Shall we see if that happens? Anyway, so this is what's going on. I'm here across from the DMV at Golden Gate Park in front of the McKinley statue. I have a friend with me. I'm going to be calling them and waiting for them to show up so that I can explain to them, what has been going on, the fact that I am in severe crisis, and every day just barely managing to hang on. I will give them, what all my ailments are and have been, and hopefully through the power of God, since apparently there is no humanity, or shall we say the ability to check on it, ask yourself, what is it that I and Snowden and Manning all have in common? We are questioning what we're told. And if you've watched the videos, you've seen nothing but the games, nothing but the straight answers, the manipulation of the truth, etc., etc. Whistleblowers, people of conscience, us last few remaining humans. I'm just, like I said, beyond wit's end. So this is, the other avenue after, doing more research. And of course, you've seen, we've had, a year's worth of videos to show you just how not only is the system set up to fail, but all the inhumanity, as long as they get paid, the illusion continues. And by the way, there's also a recent thing, in the paper, which has been going on about the lovely city attorney, Mr. Herrera, suing, the Nevada for the patient dumping, and I can't even, get medical help through the Department of Public Health. And mind you, if you've looked at the videos on YouTube, you've seen, the responses I got from the city attorney about, regarding patient dumping and what's been happening with me. I think you noticed I got escorted out, and naturally, it's not about to do the service. It's about to, You know, the entire thing is about to give the illusion that the service is provided, deny you the service, and then of course point all the fingers at you and say you're the troublemaker. You know, it's a beautiful thing for them to kill the messenger when they themselves know what the message is, but as long as they get paid for their inhumanity, you know, no result-oriented procedures, no follow-up, they have nothing to lose. All right, so I'm gonna make this phone call to Mobile Crisis.